Jurgen, in terms of average age, that was the youngest for Liverpool in a major semi-final for quite some time. We're joking and laughing at the moment about Conor Bradley and the performance and shift that he put in. He will sleep well tonight.
He will. He will. I'm not sure he makes it home, so probably he will fall asleep in the dressing room. It's like exceptional. What a boy. Wonderful, fantastic character, real talent, top potential. And he's in the right team because everybody loves him, everybody respects him, everybody wants him to succeed. It's really nice. So yes, that was a great game. With all the difficulties you have in a football game, it was super hard, super tough. Somehow he was involved as well in the goal we concede, falling over the ball or whatever. But as a team, it was obviously first half. We caused ourselves some problems. With a really compact defending. Fulham, we played a lot around, and then we stuck on the wing. No fluidity there, and we had to change that. We had to play more in the half spaces, and we tried, we changed that at half time, and the boys did really well then. But coming into the second half, they had the big counter-attacking chances. In the end, we defended it somehow, but there was a lot of space there. So we had to reorganize protection as well. Did that, and then we were in the game, and then we were dominant, and then we scored, and then everything was fine.
Curtis Jones, another member from the academy that's progressed into the first team, getting regular game time as well. He scores again, player of the match. But it just goes to show about the spirit and belief in this group of players that even with players that aren't available to you to select, you have that power of recovery to get yourselves through.
Yeah, no, look, it wasn't our best game that we've ever played, but it's not about that in moments like this. And I told the boys, we are human beings, and human beings go for excuses. It's easy. You don't even want it when you find an excuse for something. And that's what before the game, I love the lineup. But it's much more important that the boys love the lineup, because that's how it is. If we get into a game and think, oh, okay, how can that work? And blah, 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 he's missing and he was missing, we have a problem. But that was not our problem today. The boys love playing. The boys love putting a proper shift in. The only thing is we had football problems. So it means in the end it was like, if Conor got the ball on the right wing, he got it. He had to stop his run and get the ball back because the pass was not right. If Joey got the ball on the left wing, and was pretty much our only wingers really, he just could not go from there, not go to the touchline, not for the cross, nothing. It was always too late, too slow. And we had to change that. And we did that. And then all of a sudden, the half spaces were there, then the wing was there and all these things. It was then a good game. And the crowd was there, obviously. By the way, they were all the time there. We just didn't give a lot to cheer for in the first half. But second half, it was proper, all-around Liverpool performance. And we won the game. It's the first leg, nothing else. But because it was always clear that we will not win it with a result that we don't have to show up anymore at Fulham, it's just clear. It's half-time, good, and now we go there.
I know Fulham did frustrate you during this first leg. Are you expecting similar in the second, as obviously they're going to try and get themselves back into it and try and progress?
Tottenham is a really good team. It all depends who's available, who can they bring, stuff like this. Can you play against us purely offensive? No. Then we hit you on the counter attack and stuff like this. But it will be an open game. That's a football. It's not like that. It's not that easy that we say they have now to win and we can sit back and stuff like this. It's not that easy. So we have to. If we want to go to the final, and that's absolutely fair. If we want to go to the final, we need a really good game at Fulham, and we need a result. And if not, then more than welcome and congratulations to Fulham. Then they go to the final. That's how it is in these moments. But for now.
Time off.
Yes, it's fine. And after the press conference, I will not think for a second for a while about all these things.
Curtis, Cody, I feel like we're doing this all over again after the previous round. But first of all, a lot harder this first leg of this semi-final. They kind of frustrated you tonight, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, in the first half, it was tough. We had all the ball, but we just weren't. I don't know. We couldn't find the
it's far from
back of the net.
You have to go to
but in the second half, we changed that round. I scored, he scored. So the both of us are here with a smile on our face, and all the fans are as well. So happy days.
Did he score?
Yeah, he scored. He shot the ball. Not the best shot I've seen from him, but
on target.
on target and went in. So I think very important one to get us back in the game. And after that, I felt like we really dominated the game, not only with possession, what we did in the first half, but also with creating chances. So yeah, and after that we scored the second one, and yeah, happy days.
What is it about this team that you face challenges, you have absentees, players are missing, you go behind, but it's that power of recovery that you show again?
I think it's the mentality in the group, in the club. I think in the city, everybody is like this, you know. Mentality, just keep going, doesn't matter what happened. And I think, yeah, we showed it again today. And if you got that mentality, a lot of beautiful things can happen.
You love this competition, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
But with the amount of goals that you're scoring as well.
Yeah, I think I scored now 4. Oh, that's good, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So how many games?
4.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so no, I love it. Just to playing with the guys, and yeah, what I said before, we showed really good mentality, and yeah, we have to keep going because it's only the first leg of this game. So yeah, we have to keep going.
And we can see what the Cop means to you when you score your goals.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the whole of the fans, you know, it's the city, you know, I'm a Scouse and myself. I came all the way through, so it means more.
He only scores on that side on purpose. You know?
But that's just it. It's hard to come through the academy to get, you know, game time in the first team. But you've shown you can do that, and this season you're continuing to shine.
Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you know, I've been around the team since I was 17. You know, the journey has been up and down. It hasn't been easy. I think Cody's been here just over a year, and he's even said, you know, he's seen how hard it's been for myself. But you know, I've always stuck in there. You know, the mind frame is always right. I know I've got the ability. I just need a game time, and I think I've showed that. So hope it continues. You got the game time. You got the goals. Is he going to have any more room left for this? Do you think, Cody?
Probably not. So you have to give it to me. No. Yeah. No, you
got two. You got two?
No, it doesn't matter. No, yeah, again, he played a really good game, and I said what I said before, still stands. Really proud of him, and he deserves it.
Brilliant stuff through to the second leg. Still all to play for, but there is a final that could be waiting for you too. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Played so well for large periods of this first leg, but that obvious tinge of disappointment after taking the lead and defending so well too.
Yes, it's true. We knew that it's going to be a tough one to take. No one can play at this stage of the competition and play to go for a final, thinking that it's not going to be really hard. As I said, the moment that Liverpool, they are leaving, even 3 days ago they were able to enter in the FA Cup away from home against Arsenal, top of the league as well. You know the quality they have, what means to play at Anfield as well. I think we did handle really well first half. More low than normal we play. Our block is true, but I think we control really well almost everything from them. We know that behind. Without space behind us, we can control much better because they are every time they have space with the pace of the attacking players, the quality they have. In that players they can punish you anytime. The balance is always really important too. We are ruthless first half. I think we didn't have many chances, but we score. We were leading the score at half time, but the reality is that we didn't give many things for them as well. Second half, slightly different from the beginning. They start to push a little bit more. To changes when you have capacity to go to the bench and put Darwin and Gapco, of course. That moment they start to create more problems for us. Even so, I really believe that we had 10-15 minutes second half really good. Some really dangerous counter-attacks, some good chances for us. Being more ruthless probably that moment was a moment for us to score and create even a different scenario for us, much better for us. The reality that we didn't take that moment, and of course, moment that we lost individual challenge in an area that we shouldn't, and the shot from edge of box deflection, and was a little bit lucky moment for Liverpool, the 1-1. And of course we know, because we had this in the past as well, when they score, that 5-10 minutes after that we have to to be smart enough to pause the game, to be smart enough to not let them to go again, because the game was 1-1 in that moment, and we have to be more clever tactical point of view, because at the end we conceded the second goal in one fast attack that we cannot give the time and the space for Liverpool to do it. We should defending much better our box in that second goal, but the reality that we gave a lot of space for them for that fast attack. Even so, the game is a tough time. We are going to play at home. We are losing 2-1, but we are going to go for it for sure.
Yeah, but the positives, you talk about chances, opportunities, you showed your threat, and had you taken those opportunities, it could have been a different scoreline.
Yes, we had really. The second half, we had really good moments to go, really good moments to better definition there. We should have scored another goal at least, and of course it's going to be different, but it's what it is. It's a top level of football. We are here fighting for it, and of course at home with our fans behind us, it's going to be a great night for Fulham Football Club, and we are doing for sure our best to play the final to Wembley.
Just very quickly, a word on Harrison Reed. How is he?
See, today during the morning and afternoon he didn't feel really well. Was a little unwell. Of course, we spoke with him before the match. He was in conditions to play. Came much more from how he felt during the afternoon than from that moment in the game.
Thank you.
Team is that great team that went on and won the league, won the Champions League, and we kind of raised the bar. This team's nowhere near that yet. We're sitting at the top of the league, and it's a little bit false from here. All right, Liverpool on top of the league on merit, but this is not that team. We're not as good as that team. We might be, and we might get to that level again, but there's plenty to work on with this team. I think we played really well in spells in games. We haven't been consistently blowing teams apart. We've had the odd performance where it's been brilliant, but there's a lot to work on still. You know, lots of players who are new faces still learning, you know, around what Jurgen wants and stuff. So the only way you can get better is on the training pitch, isn't it? And it's difficult with this amount of games.
Yeah, it certainly is. A chance for them to take stock, plan the return to the training pitch, of course, after the break. We'll take a short break just now. When we come back, more from the boys' pitch side, and we'll bring you the thoughts of Curtis Jones. He'll join us in the tunnel.
And coming from behind to win a game, and you really seized on the momentum of the night in that second half, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. I mean, the first half was a tough we had all the ball, but we couldn't score. So then in the second half, well, in half time, we spoke about, look, boys, we've got all the ball, but we need to score goals. That's what we've done in the second half.
Is it a case of being patient when a team sits so deep that you don't have to try and rush things, and you know that if you just take your time, the chances will come?
Yeah, definitely. You see our team, we've got a team full of lads who are comfortable on the ball. So now, we've got the respect of teams to where they don't want to come and press, because that we'll play through. So it's one of them to where we're facing teams now who are sitting deep. But the quality is there. The lads who came on, they changed the game. So happy days.
Some brilliant goals in the league game against Fulham here. Yours needed a little bit of help with the deflection, but if you don't buy it, you're not going to claim it now?
Nah, of course I am. I mean, yeah, it's one of them things, I've always said. I've been around the team now a while. I'm playing a lot of games now, so it's about scoring goals and helping the team even more now.
But one of the big features this season is a group of midfielders who aren't afraid to have a go from outside the box. The likes of you, Dom, Alexis, all happy to have a shot.
Yes, you're right there, what you're saying. It's one of them things to where the strikers in our team have carried us before I can even think. So, it's at the point now to where, we've got lads now in the team who can shoot and create, so why not?
You mentioned it there as well, that the subs made a huge difference, and it is not just an 11-man game, particularly when you're playing so often. You need everyone to come off the bench and add a bit of impetus. Not
100%. There, you see him, Cody, he comes on, he scores. That Darwin came on and, he changed the whole of the game. So, you're seeing it now, and the whole of the team. It doesn't matter who starting, who's coming off the bench, the lads are there and they're giving it the all for the team. There's been games where we've been behind in games, the lads that came on, they scored the goals and they're helping us win. So, I hope it continues.
And as you head into a few well-earned days off, first week of January, 90 minutes away from Wembley, nice place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it's as simple as, a smile on my face. But, there's a second leg of the game, so it's the important one.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Curtis Jones with another important performance at the heart of that Liverpool midfield. And Jason, he's an important player to this side now. You see how involved he is at times today, how much he offers, both on the ball, looking after the ball, but he's not afraid to take shots at times, and today he's got his rewards for it.
We spoke about him, didn't we, as well before the game, and we said how he's matured, how he's taken on the responsibility. Listen, I know Fabinho's gone, Henderson and Milner, maybe that's freed up a little bit. Maybe he's thought, I've got to step up now, I've got to do something, I've got my opportunity and I've got to grasp it. Probably when he first got in the team, he probably wouldn't have took that shot. He probably would have looked for maybe a square ball, he might have stopped, maybe gone back inside. But when you've got a little bit of confidence about you, you're sort of assured of your own ability, you're in the team because you're in the team on merit, then you're going to take them shots, and he got his reward tonight and got a goal, got Liverpool right back into it. So, yeah, he's a very, very talented boy, and it used to frustrate the life out of me watching him play, because I think you've got so much more. Just get on it and do it. If you give it away, it's okay. It's okay in the final third. If you try a little pass or something, go and win it back, and then keep trying, because you're the one we want on the ball to unlock defences. And yeah, he's playing a crucial part at the minute.
Yeah, and you underlined the point we made at the start of this show. It has been a squad game this season. You know, another match where guys have come off the bench and made an impact, and that is as much down to ability as his attitude, isn't it? You know, knowing that maybe you won't start, but you'll get a chance to shine. Take it.
Well, one of the things you should do if you're on the bench is you should be looking at the game and what's not going well. You know, where can we do better? And then when you come on, you try to improve it. And I think the lad's done that. It took me a little while to sort out the system, because when it came on, it looked like no one really was playing on the right-hand side. And I seen at one stage, Jota actually went over to Jurgen and said, do you want me to come over here? And then he brought Cody Gakpo into that position. So it just took a little while to settle things down. But once they did, then they started playing. And then they started playing with a higher tempo, pass the ball better. I thought Curtis grew into the game as it wore on. But Connor was the one at right back. I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was absolutely immense tonight. I thought his defending was good when he had to, but going forward, I thought he knew positionally where he was going with the ball. His little twists and turns in possession of the ball. He threaded some lovely little balls down the channel for runners. His awareness was there. So I was really impressed with him. You know, I thought he'd done really well.
I'll come back to Connor, just in case I get a feeling we might hear from him before the end of the show. So if we do, we'll come back to him then. But just to come back to that point you made about when you're on the bench, look to see where the space is, look to see what isn't working. On the rare occasions you found yourself on the bench during your career, is that what you did? Did you actively do that?
Yeah, you got to. You've got to be looking at the game. You've got to look as not just as a teammate, but you've got to be looking at it analytically and saying, right, hang on, what are we not doing well? What isn't working? Why aren't we getting in? What's going wrong? What are we not doing enough of? And then you've got to try and change it. That's your job as a player when you come on. And you should be looking at it. Your manager will give you some advice, or the coach will try to give you some advice on what you should do, but you yourself as a player should be thinking, right, when I get on the ball, what we've not been doing is playing the ball in behind, or we're not crossing it often enough. And you've got to pick out certain facets of the game that isn't working, and then you've got to try and change it to make it work. And I think when the boys came on, what we've seen was a bit more emphasis in getting forward, because now you've got Nunez who wants to run in behind, Gakpo wants to come short and get the ball. So we had a different dynamic in the build-up to the play, which worked really well.
A random question, just slightly off a tangent from what Ray just said. I spoke to a few players latterly in their career who started doing their badges during when they're still playing. They say it's really benefited them, because various players over the not just generally. So I said, they've benefited from doing their badges, and they can see what the coaches want, and tactically their understanding's a lot better. Do you think players would benefit from doing coaching courses earlier in the career? Do you think you would have benefited from getting a bit of...
question that is. Would they benefit? Not really, because listen, the coaching badge teaches you how to set up sessions. I mean, obviously, as you go through the B, it's very basic. It's the sessions and putting them on and communicating, which is probably where a lot of them are at. Then the A licence is a little delves, and then the pro licence is in the business side of things, and you'd obviously learn different things about the game and stuff. But the B licence wouldn't really teach you about formations. That's down to you. It's like when you finish playing, you take the best from all the managers you played for and what you thought was the best, most positive things managers do or even don't do. You know, I learned a lot off what not to do from the likes of Graham Souness, how to treat players and that. But tactically, I like the stuff Bruce Rioch used to do. I like the stuff Roy Evans used to do and what I learned here. So, but listen, this football club had a way of playing for you. We played the same as what Ray's team played. Like it's changed now. Like Jurgen plays his own style of football. The game's moved on. You know, but we played very similar ways, didn't we? It's just that they had better players than us.
Just not as well.
Listen, just on the coaching, if you're taking up the coaching, just on that, it wouldn't do you any harm. It wouldn't do you any harm, but would it improve you immensely? Probably not. But it certainly wouldn't be a fault. It'd be something that you could work with, of course. But you've got these lads are at Liverpool for a reason, because they're good players. You know, there's sometimes in the game you're not doing things that you wouldn't do normally, and you don't know the reason why. But the players on the sidelines should know and say, well, he's not his game, he's not doing that what he normally does. When I come on here, I'll make sure I'm doing what I'm good at. And that's why I'm going to make the difference. And that's what the boys did when they came on. They did what comes naturally to them, what worked.
That's okay. It was a random question. I'll just start throwing it out there.
Are you going to go to a break?
No.
Right, well, I'll tell you something else.
Ray was singing the praises of Conor Bradley. I had a suspicion we might hear from him. He's waiting to speak to us. He's with Rob.
I'll tell you something in a minute.
Starting in a cup semi-final, what was that like to be part of tonight?
I was nervous, to be fair, before the game, but I'm just glad we won the game. Obviously, that's only half the job done, but and the boys played well, done well to come back from a goal down, so yeah, very happy.
Did it feel that you maybe needed a few minutes to get into it in terms of the nerves, and then you felt more and more at home as the game wore on?
Yeah, to be fair, this is my first game back here since unknown, starting obviously, so yeah, it took a few minutes to get into it, but once I got into it, I loved every minute of it. Obviously, it's a dream for me to play at Anfield, like, so I'm just buzzing before it went.
And obviously, big shoes to fill as well with Trent and how much he gives to this team.
Yeah, obviously Trent's probably the best right back in the world at the minute, like, and if not the best player in the world at the minute, the way he's playing. So he's a big miss for us, but yeah, I just tried to do everything I could to fill in for him, and thankfully, yeah, we got the win.
Is the important thing for you just to play your own game, to not try and be Trent, just to help the team the best way that you can?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I'm not Trent Alexander-Arnold, am I? So I'm just going to play my game, just contribute what I can to the team, and yeah, and hopefully that does as well.
What were the key messages from the manager at half-time in terms of turning things around and creating more, as you did in the second half, getting those 2 goals?
I think we just needed more runs in behind, and he wanted me to stay on the last line, obviously give us a bit of width and stuff like that, so yeah, we just need more runs in behind, we need to create more chances, and thankfully we did that, and we got 2 good goals.
It's certainly a stage of the year where the squad is being put to the test. There are injuries, there are players away, but it helps when you can bring 2 guys like Darwin and Cody off the bench to have that sort of impact. Yeah,
definitely, both world-class players, and you've seen their impact on the game. They were brilliant when they came on, so yeah, to still have that depth with the injuries we do have is really good.
We spoke about the away end on Sunday. What sort of help did the 12th man give you in terms of turning that tie around tonight as well?
Yeah, the fans were unbelievable tonight. The roar, especially when we scored that first goal, and any time we put a tackle in or played a good pass forward, they were right with us, and yeah, the fans were brilliant.
To be 1 game away from Wembley, nice place to be.
Yeah, I hope we do get to Wembley. Obviously, we're only halfway there, but it'd be special getting to Wembley again. Hopefully, pick up the first trophy this season.
Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers, go on.
I cut you off in your prime speaking about him earlier, so feel free to wax lyrical about the young man now, Ray.
Listen, I thought he'd done excellent. You know, everything about his game was really good. I thought defensively he was nice and strong. There was times when he was isolated out on the right-hand side in that second half because there was no one playing ahead of him. So he was the one that had to utilise the space in front of him. I thought he'd done it really well. You know, he looked assured, accomplished every time he was in possession of the ball. Good vision, good awareness, you know, where players were, didn't panic. So, you know, everything you'd want from a youngster, I think you've seen there in his game, and I think the manager will be delighted with what you've seen.
You were an attacking right back at times in your career. Yeah, I know, but the way he, especially second half, you know, he wasn't afraid to cut inside, drive it. He won a couple of free kicks in dangerous positions. He was positive when he could be.
Yeah, listen, he didn't get round the outside many times. He'd come inside, he wanted to play little 1-2s, intricate stuff. He liked to come inside. Did nothing wrong at all in the game. Like you say, he was positive going forward. He was unfortunate on the first goal, because he slipped. He took a couple of steps backwards, his legs just give him to him, and then he tried to dive in and make the tackle. He missed it, and obviously then they scored. But I would certainly wouldn't blame him. But yeah, he's done nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. We've just got to learn to mix it up, put ideas into the defender's mind. If he's going to go on the outside, if he's going to come on the inside, just make defenders think a little bit more, because he a little bit one-dimensional, because he'd get it, and his first thought was either going inside or passing inside, where sometimes you could just feign go down the outside, and you're just putting little messages into full-backs' heads that you can mix it up. So if he can bring that into his game, great. But that's just confidence in your own ability and getting forward and believing in the pace. I mean, Robertson's a very, very good full-back. Very good full-back. Ray highlighted at the top of the show, really good full-back. So maybe he was a little bit nervous, didn't want to give it away as well because he got into the team. You know, so, yeah, it'll come.
I think also that you've got to remember, Harvey was out on the right-hand side, and it's not a natural position for Harvey. He wants to play in a midfield role. You can see that. His instincts. You can also see the midfield player's instincts is to drop into an area where you're comfortable. You don't want to be out wide because you feel like you're not getting a kick of the ball. You know, I've played out there for a lot of the time, and you're like, any chance of me getting a kick of the ball? Where he wants to get into a more central position. So I think with Connor, when he was getting the ball, he was looking, he was like, oh no, I can't go in there, I've got to go somewhere else. So if it was Mo that was out there, he would just be going, there you go, and I'll support from behind or go on the overlap. So I think that, you know, it'll be different with the different players that he plays with. But for someone so young coming into the team, he was very accomplished, in my opinion. He didn't look overawed. He wasn't afraid of the occasion. You know, semi-final of a domestic cup, and he's come in there and not been a problem to him at all. So I think that's what you've got to look at, is can you take on a game of this magnitude for someone so young and come in there and apply yourself in the way that he did. I thought it was very, very good.
Yeah, a good option for Jurgen Klopp moving forward. And speaking of Jurgen Klopp, we'll hear from the Liverpool manager.
And everyone here on tenterhooks, you'd have to say with good reason. It is Liverpool and they take on Charlton Athletic.
Thank you, Derek. I was just flicking through my notes at this one. Everything pointing to a really lively matchup this is. Fingers crossed, eh?
Well, he'd be disappointed if he didn't take that one cleanly. And giving it away. Firmino. Oh, denied by the post. Well, he's given a corner, the referee. Can he finish? And able to close down the shot. The corner kicks keep on coming.
Well, Derek, listen to that noise. The crowd can sense something. Can the players use that to their advantage? They really, really need to put this pressure on.
No surprise that the focus should be on Sadio Mane. What kind of performance can we expect from him in this game, Lee?
Well, his ability on the ball is second to none. Just
can he put them ahead? Pivotal moment defensively.
Well, you can tell what the fans think of that decision. They're certain it should have been a penalty.
Can they take advantage? And he could cash in. It's still alive. Thiago. Alexander-Arnold. Space on the flank. And Mohamed Salah now. And he struck the post. Wijnaldum. There it is! The first goal of the game. And the lead certainly doesn't flatter them. Good value for it.
Let's have a look at that again. The keeper thinks he's done enough, but he hasn't. It's just gone past him. He does get a touch on it, though.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we? The opening goal of the game, then.